A game archivist production.
Hi guys, it's Archivist here coming at you with my final character analysis video. As you might expect, this time the spotlight is on Trevor. I've mentioned in some of my previous videos that Trevor certainly has some quirks to him, and I want to explore that a bit more in depth here. After having analysed every character by this point, I'm quite confident Michael will be my favourite, but Trevor's insane antics look to serve up some great laughs and even some gasps.
Nice new tits, by the way.
All my information is sourced from IGN articles, the GTA 5 wiki, and of course the Grand Theft Auto 5 Trevor trailer.
Number 5.
Okay, for this first point you are going to have to accept that it is a little niche. At the beginning of this trailer we hear that Trevor is being referred to as a major drug dealer. Being a massive fan of Breaking Bad myself, this instantly caused me to start drawing links between Walter White and Trevor. First off, Trevor and Walter both have trailers out in the desert. Whether Trevor, like Walter, uses it to cook crystal meth though is yet to be seen. Although in this little extract we see an exploding trailer behind Trevor. Sure, this could be any unfortunate soul's mobile home, but what if Trevor is destroying the evidence of his own meth lab? Another similarity between the two is their flair for business. If any of you have watched Breaking Bad, you will know that Walter has a certain aptitude for the enterprising of crystal meth. In this little extract we hear Trevor shouting about his little business too.
Guns and crank in this area go through Trevor Phillips Enterprise, or they ain't going.
It doesn't really make sense to go shouting about your drug business, but then again a lot about Trevor doesn't exactly make sense. Sure, Trevor may not exactly have the silver tongue that Walter possesses.
I really don't. Want me to get my dick out again?
But I am seriously hoping that these two characters will have more in common than you would initially think.
Number 4.
In terms of his place among the other characters of Grand Theft Auto 5, Trevor is supposed to have a history with Michael DeSanta. In this clip we see Trevor trying to convince Michael to get back into bank heists, something the two used to do a lot back in the day. However, something caused these two criminals to have a falling out. Well, what could that be? The wiki page speculates that this may have something to do with Michael's deal with the FIB, or in other words the witness protection program he was put under. Or it could be something a little more interesting. Michael is frustrated at Trevor for, as he says, torturing him for mistakes he made over a decade ago.
Torture me over mistakes I made over a decade ago.
This could mean something along the lines of causing one of their heists to go wrong, leading to Michael and Trevor's arrest. Perhaps it could be something darker, which would make sense taking into account Michael's considerable distress.
My psychotic best friend shows up out of nowhere.
A case of manslaughter maybe? Even murder? Who knows, we'll just have to wait and see.
Number 3.
Trevor used to be in the military, more specifically the aviation division. This knowledge of how to use aircraft gives Trevor the best skills when it comes to using planes, and apparently helicopters as well. In this well-known extract from one of the trailers released a while ago now, Trevor is seen piloting the buzzard while Michael rappels down the side of a building. I would imagine that Trevor will fill this role in many other scenarios, for example extracting the other two characters from a firefight. What I am not yet clear on though is how Trevor's skill for flying will translate in game. Will helicopters and planes be easier to handle? Will certain features such as afterburners or weapons be exclusive to him?
Number 2.
Like the other two characters, Trevor is able to use a special ability exclusive to him that will give him a distinctive playstyle. The ability of Trevor is easy to predict as it is based on the violent character that he portrays. Rockstar allows Trevor to go into berserk mode, and this doubles the amount of damage he can do along with him taking half damage. Trevor will have a different melee attack that isn't available with Franklin and Michael. I think this is probably the most unique special ability, as the other two characters' skills involve slowing time. However, if I'm honest, this also seems to be the least useful of the abilities. But if you fancy yourself as a run and gunner, maybe Trevor's berserk rage will fit you perfectly.
It's number 1.
If you cast your minds back to the story of Grand Theft Auto 4, you may remember that it was pretty bleak. For a game that had great humour in places, overall I have to say it gave me a bit of a downer, especially considering the ending. But fear not GTA 5 fans, thanks to Trevor Phillips that all looks to change. With some vulgar yet hysterical behaviour mixed with some comical violence, Trevor looks to be one of the most entertaining features in this game. Whether he be jumping out of a car, speeding towards the train at the very last second, or just massaging his head on a wall, this guy looks to be one of the more interesting protagonists from recent memory. Even his vehicles match his rough around the edges character, be it his signature pickup truck or even the ATV. That's all Trevor vehicle by the way. Like I said with Franklin's gangster theme though, I am definitely glad this insane humour is there, but at the same time I am thankful it won't engulf the entire experience. The three heroes all represent their own styles, which look to contrast each other quite nicely. Michael's businessman demeanour, Franklin's urban edge, and Trevor's psychotic tendencies will all come together to create what I would call an all-in-one experience. Just a good thing they didn't decide to name it GTA 1. That would be a weird PR decision, right? That was my fan analysis of Trevor Phillips from the upcoming title Grand Theft Auto 5. Are you happy that Trevor is here to spice up the franchise, or do you think he's getting a little bit too close to ridiculous? If you haven't already, be sure to check out my Michael and Franklin analysis videos. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, you may want to subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching and see you next time.